I would like to present to you Renaissance woman, trailblazers, leaving behind a path for others to follow. I present to you Hope C. Clarke. She started a career in publishing and writing fiction novels in the late 90s with a goal to produce movies. She has written 3 suspense thriller novels and a drama suspense trilogy. Her novel includes Shadow Lover, Missing Births, bestseller Not With My Son, Vengeance Is Mine, and Carrying Mama's Baggage. She is in the process of film production for the highly anticipated novel Shadow Lover, and this is her story. As a child, what did you want to do when you grew up?
I always thought about being an accountant at first. That was my initial um, idea of what a successful person would be. And as a child, I think I'm more focused on whatever job would make the most money. So I didn't really have a particular career, maybe an accountant, because I did like numbers and I always felt like I was good in math.
When did you first realize that you had a talent for writing?
My English professor looked at a piece of work that I wrote. It was a short story called "The Day When the Big It Happened," and he felt that it was really good. And some of my friends used to read some of the short stories that I used to write, and they were like, "You need to write a full novel." And I felt like I didn't have that talent to do it until the first time that I actually started off with a short story. It was called Pent Up Passion, which was only supposed to be 16 pages. And when I really delve into it, it became a manuscript with 400 pages. So that was the first time I realized that I really had a talent for it, or something that I should really consider doing.
What do you think makes a good story?
Stories are comprised of uh, knowing what entertains a person. The whole nature of storytelling is to put a person in someone else's shoes and into another situation. And the best crafted stories are the ones that can actually make you feel something, and you have something that you can take away from it. If it doesn't change anything about your life, or if it doesn't compel you to rethink some things, or at least make some considerations, or a feeling or love for that character or that person, then I think that that's really what it takes to have a good story. Something that makes a person, it's impressionable. The person looks at it and they say, you know what? I feel like this has changed my life. If it's life changing, or if it's at least thought provoking, that makes an excellent story.
What would you say is your interesting writing quirk?
Whenever I write, if I'm a suspense writer, so I have to get my mind into writing things that are more on the horrific side. So I like to listen to hip hop music, something that's really hard, really going in, because that makes me more excited about what I'm saying, and I can really craft the scenes, and it kind of changes my mode. So if I was writing a romantic scene, then you would probably hear more romance music and things that kind of change my mood and my mode. So I have to provoke myself in a way in order to write certain types of scenes.
What do you like to do when you're not writing?
When I'm not writing, I'm probably going to the movies or doing other things like that. I love plays and movies, and shopping, all the things that everybody else likes. Spending money, that's my thing. So I enjoy that sort of thing.
What is your favorite accomplishment?
Completing my first novel would be what I would say is my favorite accomplishment. Um, I think that having from going from believing that I couldn't do it to being able to do it and, not having any real support system to make it happen, I think that would absolutely be something that is a favorite for me. I could say finishing school. Um, I could say having my son. That was, an accomplishment. Many people have done it and so forth, but to actually now see him grown and doing the things that he needs to do and knowing that I help rear that, so that's also an accomplishment. So I would say on the high totem is raising a son. That would have been a great accomplishment for me.
Who is your role model and why?
I don't think I've patterned behind anyone to specifically say that they were a role model, but if I had to point to anybody, Peter Gutman was my boss when I worked at Phoenix Home Life, and he always encouraged me that there was nothing you ever could want to do that you cannot accomplish if you put your mind to it. So if there was any figure that I actually say impacted my life, and he really did. He was a financial planner and he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and that was the ability to sell, to pitch, to motivate people, and to adapt. And and no matter what the circumstance or situation is, sometimes I like to stick my head in the sand for a few minutes and kind of regather myself. But I always bounce back and I come back strong. So I would say Peter Gutman probably is the guy that really motivated me or would be a role model that I patterned behind.
Say something that would encourage a woman, man, girl, or boy to pursue their dreams despite of the adversities they may encounter along their life journey.
Um, Kind of benchmarking off of a role model, anything and everything that you want to do, you can do it. When I first started writing, and people encouraged me and said that I was able to write and they loved my works and stuff. But when I started trying to seek representation, I couldn't find a publisher. I couldn't get an agent. They said you need an agent in order to talk to a publisher. Then you try to get an agent, and then you can't get an agent because they want somebody who's seasoned, that's got some background in writing and some notability that they can look at and feel like you're marketable. So I found a way to do exactly what I wanted to do with no one else. Sometimes success is a lonely road. So don't try to hang on to someone else's skirt tail or follow in someone else's footprints to do something, because sometimes you're going to find yourself tripping and falling because that's not your path. My encouragement to you is to find your own path. We all have skills, we all have uh, gifts, if you will, that's been given to us by God that allows us to be unique in our own way. And that is where you will find your success. People who sing, they have a voice. A lot of people have a nice sounding voice, but your great singers have that thing that's really special to them, and that's why they find that level of success. You have writers, you have motivational speakers, you have doctors and people who are inventors and all kind of things, but you have to find that thing that is unique to yourself, and once you find that, then you go for it. And if you really believe that you want to do it, then that's what you should do. And don't expect everyone to be encouraging to you. Encourage yourself. Let yourself be a motivation to accomplish whatever you want to do. And if you fail it the first time you try, go back and do it again, because nothing worth having comes easy. You have to persevere. You have to give it your all. And if one way doesn't work, there's more ways to skin a cat. You find the way that works for you, and you will find the success in whatever you want to do, whether it be a career, whether it be a relationship, whatever it is, you find a way to get to whatever you want. Never give up. Never get in. It doesn't matter whether you get it the first time or the 100th time. Long as you get there and you continue, and then you will find the rewards because you were able to persevere and get where you were trying to go.
To my dear friend of 32 years, Hope C. Clarke, I am so very proud of you. I look forward to seeing your name in lights. Don't get discouraged. As long as your heart beats, continue to follow it and make your dreams come true. You are truly a Renaissance woman. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.